Welcome to this week's Growing Wisdom, and today we're going to talk a little bit about deadheading. A lot of you send me questions, where do I cut? What do I cut? When do I cut? The good news is you almost can't mess up a perennial plant by deadheading it. Even if you cut too much off, it's going to come back next year. But let's go through a few more typical types of plants and we'll show you how to deadhead them. Okay, so what I've got here is a daylily, and the daylily plant is basically done. There are 2 buds left on one stalk, but all these other stalks are done for the year. These will not bloom anymore. You can leave it. It's not a problem if you wanted to leave it, but I like to cut these down. So what I want to do is I look at the stalk and I go all the way to the base with the stalk, literally where the stalk meets the plant. And then I get in there and I cut that right to the base, and that's done. You want your pruning shears, or in this case I've got these nice hand trimmers, to be sharp and clean. You don't want to be spreading any diseases from plant to plant as you're doing this. I can put these in the compost pile and these will break down and make some soil and start the whole process all over again. Okay, so I'm in front of a hosta plant now, and hostas throw up those big tall flowers. These are definitely done. You can tell they're done. There's no more flowering going on. I don't like the way this looks, so I'm going to do the same thing we did with the daylilies. I'm literally going to get down all the way to the base. Now, this particular hosta is fairly thick. You go all the way right to the bottom where it meets the plant, as far down as you can get, and just cut this back. It takes me just literally a few seconds to get all of these out of there, and it looks much cleaner. The other reason to do this is that on the tops of those stalks, you have seed pods. If you cut these down prior to the seed pods opening, it's not going to reseed itself. It also helps for the energy of the plant to go into the plant, not into making the seeds. So now I'm in front of the Asiatic lilies, and here you don't want to deadhead these to the ground. The reason being is that the leaves are actually still bringing food into that bulb for next year. But what you can do is just the very top of it where it was producing the flowers, you can cut off that top so that this is not producing seeds. After it's been exposed to a frost, then I'll cut it right back to the ground. We want you to come back every week here at growingwisdom.com for all of our tips.